Before we start this video, we opened a new store on Teespring with all of our previous t-shirt campaigns. So if you missed this shirt or that shirt, you can go check them out now. We'll be doing this for all of our future campaigns a little bit after they end. We'll be posting it on our store, so if you missed them, you can go pick them up. The shirt's art was done by MYKAL Fortman, aka Sir Fluffy Fox, and Kitsune Zakuro, so go show them some love down below and help us out because YouTube is an unpredictable platform and we might run out of money one day. Okay, enjoy the video. What is going on, guys? This is Michael Williams from Cartoon Universe, and today I want to review the newest Cartoon Network show that will be premiering in August, but the first 6 episodes came up online and on the app, and that is, of course, OKKO, Let's Be Heroes. So if you're not familiar with the show, I don't know where you've been. It's been in development for quite a long time, about like 4 years, I think. They've had shorts, they had a mobile game, they had a pilot. It's been all over the place, and we're finally getting it as an official series on Cartoon Network on television. It was created by Ian Jones-Cordy, who was, of course, an executive producer on Steven Universe, which is why he's no longer working on Steven Universe. He's now focusing on this show. So you know this is going to be quality because he's very talented. The whole Crewniverse is very talented. So unfortunately, Hailey is not here to join me for this quick little discussion, but the TLDR version is she liked it, she enjoyed it, and I enjoyed it. And I'm just gonna give my quick thoughts. I'm not gonna go through every single little detail because it's not that plot heavy. It's pretty episodic for the most part, and it's, you know, I don't want to sit here and talk about 6 full episodes when we still not coming out till August anyway. But yeah, so yeah. I like the show. It's really charming. It's basically, if you don't know what it's about this little boy named K.O. who goes to work at Lakewood Plaza Turbo, specifically Gar's bodega, and he basically wants to become a hero. So this is a world full of heroes. He has cards with different heroes, and they all have their own little power levels, similar to like Dragon Ball Z, and he wants to be a hero. That is his dream. That is his goal, and he is basically going through all these adventures, trying to level up, get more powerful, and do nice little jobs and tasks along the way at this job at Gar's bodega. And that's basically the entire premise. So it's basically about a boy who works at a plaza full of heroes, and he wants to become a hero and one of the greatest heroes that he can possibly be. So that's the whole premise. It's very kind of similar to Boku no Hero in the aspect of, oh, I want to be a hero type of thing. And I see there's a lot of hero stuff happening. Like we got this, we got Boku no Hero, we've got One Punch Man. There's a lot of hero stories happening. Very, very curious as to why that is. But this is a comedy. It's not super story driven. It's kind of like a parody sort of. There's some, you know, genuine emotional moments, but for the most part, it's really a parody, and it's more so lighthearted than like Steven Universe even was, or even Star was in the beginning of their series, because there's been a running theme with modern cartoons where they kind of start off really lighthearted and pretty episodic. Things don't really have much to do with each other, but there's a little bit of lore going on in the background that you can notice, and it builds up and builds up and builds up until it gets really dramatic overall, especially with Star. Oh my god. But with this show, I don't think we're going to get that as much because, like I said, it's very, very parody-ish. If we do get it, it's going to be to a much lesser extent than Steven Universe or Star or anything like that, Gravity Falls. It'll probably be just little things here and there because we do have a general goal. We do have a goal for KO to become the strongest hero, and we even have like the power levels, so we can like kind of see how he's progressing and how much stronger he's getting, and I'm really curious to see how that like ends up being, like how that ends up capping off. Are we going to get a genuine ending for this, or is this going to be something we're just kind of let it go and roll if it's successful for as long as possible and have KO never become a hero, kind of like Ash Ketchum? I'm not really sure, but I don't think, like I said, I don't think this is going to be very super story driven. The jokes are really funny. It's a lot of fun, and the show's a lot of fun. It's got a nice little touch of action in it, which is nice and refreshing, but you know, nothing super serious. None of the bosses, none of the fights are super duper serious, but there are some really cool sequences in the action that we see so far. Characters are really likable. You really get a grasp for who they are and what they're like pretty much right off the bat, and the way they introduce all the characters is really brilliant. Carol, the mother, you get a really super duper motherly vibe. I think she's voiced by the same person who voices Barb on Steven Universe, and she's very much kind of like Barb in a sense. And Gar, you get an impression like, oh, he's no nonsense, but he's like super awesome at the same time in a sort of comedic kind of way. KO, you see he's like really whimsical and happy and positive, and he just can't wait to just go and get started, and he has a very innocent mind. Ina's just like the cool, chill girl. She's like, whatever. She's sort of like Wendy in a sense, except a little more disinterested. But she's very much like Wendy, teenage girl. Then we have Rad, who's just Rad. But yeah, like all the characters, like from right off the bat, from like the first episode or 2 episodes, because some of the characters don't get introduced till the second episode. They're right off the bat, you really get a clean picture of what they're like without them really doing too much, and that's really brilliant. So that tells me that the show's going to do a really good job with their characters, and we even get a little bit of backstory. I'm not going to spoil anything for those who haven't seen it, but with Gar and also KO's mom, we actually get a little bit of a hint of a backstory, which is pretty interesting, and I feel like that's definitely going to come into play later on, and we may actually get some very serious emotional moments, I feel like, at some point. So that would be pretty interesting, but we're kind of hinting at that, and I think we're also kind of hinting at potentially moving on past the Lakewood Plaza Turbo and somewhere else into the world, because something happens in the last episode. I think it was the last episode that kind of hints that there's a greater world beyond this, full of heroes that are all over the world, and it's not just stuck in this one little plaza. So I feel like we might actually get to see some of that eventually down the line. Maybe we'll get some type of cool tournament or something. That would be pretty cool. But again, this is more so a comedy, so I don't think we're gonna get any Dragon Ball-esque adventures to that scale, but we might be touched upon. I think most of the series though is going to be taking place in the plaza to some way or another. That seems to be, for the most part, that seems to be the main focus. But yeah, if I had to compare it to anything, I'm not even sure what I would compare it to, because it's very unique. The art style is very different from any of the other Cartoon Network shows. It really stands out, and it's very cartoony in a very charming way. So I'm not sure what I would even compare it to. Oscar Vox from the Roundtable actually said it was kind of like a combination of Clerks and Dragon Ball. And I think that's pretty close. I can see a little bit of Looney Tunes in there, thrown in there somewhere. I think that would fit. So it's kind of like Looney Tunes meets Clerks meets Dragon Ball. I think that's a pretty good way to describe it. But yeah, it's a really cool show. It's a lot of fun. If I had to rate it so far from the first 6 episodes, it's pretty tough. I think I'd probably give it a 7.5 out of 10. It's really good. It's really well done. The writing is clean. The cartoony jokes and slapstick is really well done. The action is cool. So I don't know. It's a good show. Like I said, there's not a lot of story happening. We'll have to wait and see what happens. I will probably watch it every now and then. I don't think it's something I'm going to watch regularly, but if I end up catching an episode or I hear about a new episode that's really good, I'll probably check it out. But I would definitely recommend checking it out, see what you think about this show. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. It's a good show. Definitely check it out. Go watch it. It's done by Ian Jones Courtney. It's on the Cartoon Network website. I'm not sure if they're having a problem with the website today or not, because I tried to watch it and it said I needed to update my Flash, even though I already updated it. So I don't know if there's a glitch happening on the website or if it's my garbage computer or what it is, but check it out on there. You can also watch it on the app. Hopefully you can get it in order, because it is kind of chronological. The first 2 episodes are directly after each other, and then the last episode kind of references the previous episode, so there does seem to be a little bit of chronological action that's going on. So you don't need to really watch it in order. It's pretty episodic, other than the first 2 episodes back to back. But yeah, that's pretty much it. But yeah, let us know what you guys think of OKKO so far from the first 6 episodes, if you saw them, or if you didn't even see that, if you only saw 1 or 2 episodes. Let us know what you think so far, and if you haven't seen it, definitely go check it out and come back here and let us know what you're thinking about the show. Are you going to check this show out? Are you going to watch it regularly, or is it something you're just going to catch on the side, or are you just not really interested? Let us know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe for more OKKO maybe, and all things animation. And if you like this video, be sure to leave it a like. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I've been Michael Williams. You've been watching Cartoon Universe, and we will see you in the next video. Peace.